Good afternoon, everybody. It's that time of week again, Saturday afternoon. How are you all? Oh, the ice cream van's here already. It's a bit early this week. Right, I'm going to have a drink of coffee till you all get logged in. Keep me going. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Trudy, have you got time to be watching me, darling? Hi, Chrissy. Hi, TJ. I'll just let everybody get logged in and caught up before we start. Looks like a quick card, but my cards are never easy and quick. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Alison. You are on time. Hi, Annette. It'll get too quick for me to keep up, but I'll try my best. How are you all? How are you all doing? It's been a strange week. Been a busy week. It's gone very quickly for me. Busy, busy. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Judith. Oh, missing you all, darling. At least you're all still spending. You've got me on a split screen. That's brilliant. Hi, Anne. I did see your message, so I hope you're feeling a bit better now. Hi, Kaz. Oh, it's been a very hot turkey. Jealous, Sandra. Jealous. Hi, Claire. Little tune you keep humming all the time. Oh, I don't know, Anne. It's probably a crazy tune I've got in my head. It's probably just my brain burning, going overtime. Oh, Chris, it's not been stressful for me. It's just been really busy. You know, them weeks where you 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Sandra. Anyway, I've got a lot done this week, so I might be knackered, but I have got a lot done. I have, Carol. How are you, darling? Hi, Leslie. Have I said that already? Told you I'm losing the plot. Hi, Annette. Right, I'm going to make a start because there's quite a bit to do on this card, even though it doesn't look like it. So it's in your head now. Hi, Angela. Hi, Elaine. Eileen, even. Hi, Sheila. Right, so I'll just bring this. I wanted to do something. Well, I've not done this for ages. Just going back to what I normally do. So this is kind of what you would expect me to do. Couple of flowers, just a few, yeah. And I've used the big birthday verses because I think I've only ever used these once in a Facebook Live. So I wanted to show you all again. I'm conscious that we've got lots of new people as well who watch and who are in the group. So I'll bring it a little bit closer just to show you. It looks black on your screen, but it isn't. It's my rich plum cardstock. So it's beautiful. It's one of my favourite. I say this every week, don't I? It's a really, really rich, deep shade of purple, almost like an aubergine colour. But it works really well with the lavenders and the lilacs that we've got in the papers and everything. So I saw a question. I think it was, hi Susie, how are you, darling? Hi everybody I've not spoken to. I think Benita just posted a message in the Facebook group asking, was it Benita or was it Angie? I'm not sure. Somebody posted a message in the group saying, when you're making a card, do you do a sketch or do you just go with it? I just had a quick look before I came into the. Hi Susan. Hi Benita. Hi Ruth. Hi everybody. Yeah, so somebody was asking whether whether we do sketches of cards before we make them or whether we just go with it. I think Trudy said she does this organically, so start with an idea and then just see how it flows. I'm a little bit different to that, obviously, as you would expect. Hi Mary. Do you sell the white marker pens in your shop? These Jackie, they're on the website, so I'm going to be using them and show you again. They're kind of my new favourite thing, the white liner markers from Sakura. But keep watching and I'll show you how to use them and I'll explain it when I get to them. Anyway, going back to cards, I always have an idea in my head. I always have a rough idea of what's going on the card. So for example, if I know that I'm using one of Trudy's characters, I will build the card around the character. This is different because I'm using words, which is what you expect from me. So I'm using the verse as my focus, and you know me and flowers, I like two corners. It's either bottom left top right or bottom right top left. It just depends what mood I'm in. But I try to frame what the focus of the card is. I hope that's helping you. Pete says in hi Pete. Hi everybody I've not spoken to already. Um, so that's kind of what I do. I like flowers on my cards, but I do make cards without flowers. Not very often, but I do some. So if I'm making a masculine card, I would maybe use cogs or some of my grey board embellishments. Hi Helen, hi Maria. Um, as an alternative. So there are always different ways to do it. It's very rare I make a card without embellishments on. I just can't. I can't do that. Anyway, so you find your own flow. So my advice would be choose what your focus is going to be. Whether it's going to be, let me show you this if I can find it. Whether it's going to be a character, yeah. So if I was using him and he was going here, everything would be around that, and that's generally how I do it. So I hope we find that helpful. You find your own way. Sometimes it's nice to just do things organically. The number of cards I throw in the bin because I start with an idea. Hi Julia, hi Chrissy. It doesn't work out the way I thought it was going to do. But you know me, if it's not right, it's straight in the bin or straight in the scrap box. Anyway, so we're going to make a start on this. Now I'm going to go through this because I know there are a lot of new people. I had messages last week from people asking me about the different things that I was using. And I think because we've now done this for three and a half months, we've done this on a Saturday. I forget that people are joining us all the time. So I'm going to quickly run through these. So the big birthday verses, which is what I've got on there. So I'll just run through them. You know I have them in my little tubs. Here we go. So these are relatively new this year. I can't remember what month I did them in, but these are the big birthday verses. There are 6 in total. And if you remember, I designed these so that they were in separates. So you have the main verse and then you have 2 different sentiments, so you can mix and match depending on what mood you're in. So the verse is bigger on all of them, and then you've got 2 sentiments that match, yeah? And obviously you can mix and match everything with everything else. So we're going to be using them today. They're all different, they're all written by me. You know I don't, and sometimes I get advice from Auntie Sue. She's quite good at giving me tips. Hi Tracy, hi Andrew, hi Tony, hi everybody I've not spoken to. Auntie Sue's good at giving me tips on verses. So that is the big birthday verses. They're all in A6 packaging, because although I like to do massive cards, I do know that some people like to do A6 and 6x6 and things like that. So I've made sure that they work for every size of card that you're likely to make. So that is the big birthday verses. The papers I've never used on a Facebook Live. They're not new, but I'm going to show you, because I didn't think we had any stock. And when we were doing the stock taking at the shop this week, which is a massive job, I found some. So I'm just going to give you all a little tip now. If you haven't got the damask papers, get on the website and order them quick, because there's literally like 15 or 16 of each, and then that's it. There won't be any more. You can see how long these are from last year, look. So these are paper pack number 5 and number 6, and we're already on 20 odd. We're on nearly 30. So if you haven't got these, you need to be getting them quick. So I'm going to run through them. I loved these, but you know I don't replace things. Once the stock has gone, it's gone. So these are the Stately Damask. This is the vintage set. So I'm going to quickly flick for you, because I know you like me flicking. I'm a good little flicker. Are you ready? So these are the damask papers. Oh, they're just beautiful. Yeah, the colours, if you remember, or if you don't know, are designed to go with the premium embossing powders, which we are going to be using today. So the baked aubergine, the smoky quartz, and so on and so forth. Those embossing powders will all coordinate with these. So this is the vintage one, which for me has the edge. The vintage is my favourite of the two. And then you've got the classic. Yeah, so you can see the design to work together or individually. Yeah, they do, Tony. You'll see shortly. I'm just going to do that. Oh, look at that one. Stunning. I'll turn it the right way around, and then you might get to see something. So these are the classic ones. So same colour palette, you've got different patterns in all of them, so you know they're going to work together. I love them. So Damask is one of my favourite papers of all time, but I've done 2 packs now and I've done them really well, so I won't be doing them again. Not for a while anyway. And I love this one. Wait till you get to the end one. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous. Yeah. So these are literally the end of the stock. So there won't be any more once they have gone. And I've got no room to put anything. There we go. Out of the way. So the choking, sorry everybody. We get a drink. Talking too quickly, which I know surprises you. Oh, good Ronnie. Hopefully you'll get some ideas from me. Right, I've just had a tablet for my head as well, so if I start talking crap later, you know it's because I'm high as a kite on migraine tablets. Right, so my eyes are running. Let me just show you what I've done. Oh dear. Right, so it's a massive card. I can't remember how big, but I think it's 22 by 19. And then when I'm doing my matting and layering, I tend to use increments. So this is a 2 centimetre. Then this here is one of the... Oh, I forgot to tell you about them. Again, from the stock take. These have been out of stock on the website for ages. Ages and ages and ages. So these are the double debossed essential rectangles. So these are the normal straight corner rectangles. And I found some in the storeroom. It's surprising what you find in my storeroom. So if you haven't got these, again, this is the time to do it. So we've got the double debossed rectangle going there. Then we've got the paper from the vintage pack. So we're going for purples and lilacs with this card, yeah. And then another rectangle for the top. We're going to start from the bottom and work our way up. So on the original, you know me, I love texture on it. Oops, hang on, we've frozen. Are you back? It froze then. White wine, Mary, is it a bit early? Or is it never too early for a white wine? Right, so I love texture on my cards, as you know. So in the background here, we've got the elegant vinery stamp. And that's what we're going to do first. So on the biggest layer, we're going to go around the edge with the elegant vinery stamp. This is one of my all-time favourites, and I know it's one of Julia's as well. Yeah. Got distracted by ancestry. Oh, that's brilliant. Yep. So we're going to do the elegant vinery all the way around here. Now I don't need to worry about it matching up or being too neat, because for the bits you're going to see on the card, it doesn't really matter. But I just wanted another layer of texture on there, so you've got something else and it's sparkly look. So we'll do that first. I was going to recreate this in blues, because you know me, I'm always drawn to blue on my cards. But I thought no, I'll do the same again as what I did before. So anti-static bag, essential piece of kit, especially when you're using the Twinkling embossing powders. So I'm going to go all the way around the edge. I'm not going to worry about the middle because it's going to be covered up. So a little tip for you when you're doing, I don't want to do this by hand, because if I do this just by hand like that, you end up with too big a gap. So can you see where I used it earlier? Look, you can see I've just used the top half. Yeah, hi Lozzie. Don't even drink, man. No, neither do I, darling, to be honest. Just coffee and Earl Grey, that's it. Yeah, so that's all I'm going to do. Oops. Versamark. And I'm just going to do the top half of this. And I'm going to go all the way around before I put the embossing powder on. Have you all got booked in for the hairdressers? I can't get into mine for ages, so I might have to take the scissors and do it myself. And then I will look like Leonie. So all I'm doing, look, is I'm just going off the page, and because this is a random design, it doesn't matter about any overlap or anything. Rufus is at the bottom of the stairs shouting me. He likes me to know he's here. And I'll show you a tip for doing the corners when we get to the last one. Right, so I'm going to come this way now. Do you all know that it's the Christmas event on Ho Chandra at the end of this month? I don't know whether you all know that. 10 days to your haircut. Oh, that's lucky. I think I'm going to be about 6 months. Right, so when I've got to this stage, look. So I've gone off the bottom of the page there. And now I've got this gap here. So what I'm going to do is a bigger area of the stamp and do it all in one go. And ever since my good mate Julia got me onto Versamark, it's actually my favourite. Always used to be perfect medium, but it's this one now. So let's just bring that back in, and now you see I can go up to the edge of that and up to the edge of that and stamp it all in one go. Sorted. Put the lid on. Let's have a guess. How long do you reckon this card's going to take? Judy, I honestly can't remember the dates. Julia might know. So we've got a full weekend of Christmas, Julia and myself. So Julia is on before me with Trudy's. Oh, wait till you see Trudy's Christmas stamps. Oh, they're stunning, stunning, stunning. They're gorgeous. So hang on, I'm just getting a sheet of paper. So Julia is on before me. Julia is on the Friday and the Saturday, I think. And then I'm on the Saturday, Sunday, one day special. But I can't remember the date. That's really bad, isn't it? It's because all the days and dates just roll into one for me. Right, so we're going to use the soft lavender twinkling embossing powder. Now look at this, look. This is a good way to organise them. So I've got all my bright ones in one row. All my super fines, silver, gold and everything. All my twinkling and then all my premium. So here we are, lavender. It won't stay like that. Yeah, it is more money to spend. I'm sorry, but the Christmas is going to be... Oh, Julia's Thursday, Friday. Oh, I won't see you then. I thought we were going to overlap. Oh. Oh. I might come in especially, Julia, just to see you. Look at that. Is that not just the most beautiful stamp? Yeah, so obviously I didn't anti-static in the middle, which is why we've got bits there. Put that back in. I've got the fan on behind me as well. This should be fun. There we go. It's beautiful colour, isn't it? Can you wait till we in Scotland get ours done? Yeah, have you not been given dates yet, Mary? My best friend does haircut and dye. That's brilliant. Right, so I'm just going to heat this from above. So if you've never used the twinkling embossing powders before, the way to know that it's melted and it's set, it just changes a little bit. So the colour goes a little bit darker. You just get that warm. Okay. I'll show you in a second. Let me just get it all going. I don't know whether you can see. Can you actually see that it changes colour and goes a little bit darker? So the worst thing you can do with a twinkling embossing powder is overheat it, because it makes them a little bit dull. It literally takes seconds. Hang on, I've nearly done. And then if your card's gone kinky like mine did, just turn it over and heat it from the back a little bit, and then it flattens it. There you go. So ignoring the fingerprints, because obviously I didn't anti-static the middle. How about that? Is that not just beautiful? It's a really delicate stamp. Hi Heather. Hi everyone I've not seen already, spoken to already. There we go. So because I've used that, and I've used twinkling embossing powder, and I've covered a large surface area. What happens is when you're heat embossing and you've done a big area, that's when your card starts to buckle a little bit. So always just give it a blast on the reverse, and then you know where that's going. It's getting shoved under my mat. And that's so that, oh, let me move my phone out of the way. You don't want to see that ringing constantly. There we go. So that means it can be flattening whilst I'm working on other bits. Where's all the other bits? Here they are. So let's just have a drink. Trudy, I'm always good, darling. You know that. Do you want me to show you all 6 of the twinkling embossing powder colours? I know most of you will have seen them, but some of you might not have. Before I move on, I'm going to do it. Clean the mess up. I'm going to show you. Let's just do this. I'll take the lids off and show you one at a time. I don't want you to swear at me when all the Christmas things come out, because there's quite a bit. Oh, there you go. That's a good way to show you the colours. How about that? And I'll put the lavender one at the end. So they're all the twinkling embossing powders. So you've got aqua, soft aqua, soft rose, soft azure, because you know I don't just have normal names, cornflower, peridot, which is absolutely stunning, and then the soft lavender, which is the one I've just used. Yeah, these are really fine glittery embossing powders as well. I've done with that. I wouldn't recommend sparkling embossing powders for sentiments unless they are bold. So if you've bought my Bold-tastic sentiments in the past, the ones that it's an A5 set that all the sentiments are bold fonts, that's really good for the glittery embossing powders because you've got larger surface areas. And we're now going to use the baked aubergine, and baked aubergine was from the set, the premium set. I may as well show you while I'm here. You can see I've used these a lot because some of these are second pots. You see a colour theme with my embossing powders, don't you? Ooh, let's get the lid off. Right, here we go. So just to quickly show you. So you've got the olive vine, which is that gorgeous dark remember these melt, these go a little bit darker as well. So you have the olive vine, the blueberry crush, the cracked pepper, which is awesome for masculine cards. You've got the summer honey, which is a gorgeous mustard shade, smoky quartz, and then the baked aubergine, which is what we're going to use now. And these are obviously going to match with your damask papers that you've just seen, and they will also give you a little tip, match with the new Christmas papers, as will the Twinkling ones. Look how good I am. Look, I don't make you keep buying different colours just for the sake of it, eh? Right, so pop that out of the way. Get rid of that bit of powder. Right, so now we're going to stamp the verse. So this is why I kind of do what I do with the colours. As you build up collections of different products, you can mix and match everything, and that's exactly what I wanted for you. So we've already used this soft lavender twinkling embossing powder for the background, and we're now going to use the richer darker purple baked aubergine for the verse. So let's choose a verse. Let's have a different one to the one I've used already. Let's have this one. So I am using the platform for this, just to make sure I don't miss any of the bits while I'm showing you live. Pop that back in there. I'm putting that central because we are going to decorate around this. You don't want to see my curly hair in your face, do you? Is that straight? Yeah, straight is overrated. So let's pop that on. And then we'll get the Versamark on it. Oh, that's nice, Margaret. Peridot, the blueberry, they're all gorgeous, Doreen. I wouldn't be able to choose a favourite from the embossing powders. I really wouldn't, because you end up using 2 or 3 different sorts together, which is what I'm doing here. So let's get that on there. And that looks spot on to me. And then we're going for the baked aubergine. Oops, took some off that, I shouldn't have done. Yep, that looks good to me. Oh, before I forget to tell you, Judy, yes, it is, and I can't believe I'm saying that because I have been a devoted fan of Perfect Medium for years. But, and I'm going to say, I can't, Julia, write this down, put it in your diary. I think Julia was right. The VersaFine is a little bit juicier, and you know, because it's a bigger pad, Judy, it's just so much easier to work with because it's bigger than the square one. And another thing that I love is that it's raised. So you know, with the other one, sometimes when you're Margaret, can I still film the shop? You can, but Margaret, I'm going to suggest you order online because it's easier. The problem we're having with the shop is because Nottingham is still closed to the public. Sheffield is open on reduced hours, but Nottingham is closed to the public for now because it's like a warehouse and there's just boxes and boxes and boxes everywhere. So I don't want people coming in because it's not safe to. The flip side to that is that Carol, when Carol's in on her own, is just too busy. So I would always recommend that you order online. So Judy, going back to the Versamark. Yes, it's my go-to. I found it a lot easier to work with. Right, so with words, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to emboss this one from underneath. She is Lozzie. I hope Julia's wrote that down, that I said she was right for once. Right, so we're going to emboss this one from underneath because we want it to be smooth and glossy. So I'm just burning my chest a minute while I get the heat gun going. So I'll start on the L. Come on, where are you? There we go. Oh, sorry, I've just got to turn it to me so I can see that it's melting. I'll show you once I've done. Bear with me, I'm nearly done. It is worth just taking a bit more time on your words and heating it from underneath. Well, I think so anyway. Last bit. There we go. A bit better. Let me just show you the end of my heat gun. Don't burn your hairy chest. I can feel a new list brewing. Oh, Benita, darling, that means I'm doing my job properly. Yeah, I think you're all right. I think Versamark is a better. I've kept, what I've done is I've ended up keeping all my perfect mediums for when I'm doing my dirty jobs. So you know, like when I put the grey board in to the embossing into the perfect medium for the embossing powder, my embossing is always rubbish. Oh, Alice, oh, it's not, darling. You just not. Alice, what are you using? And I know this sounds really awful, but there are different qualities of embossing powder. There are different qualities of stamps and so on and so forth. You all know me by now to know that I insist on the best. So can you see that now? We've got that lovely glossy sheen going on and that beautiful baked aubergine colour. Lovely. So tips for heat embossing. You've just seen me heat from underneath when I'm doing words. You need to be like a couple of inches away, like that. No, a couple of inches away. If you're heating from above, just hold it in one place and just let it melt and just go with the flow. So don't do none of this wafting because that takes forever. Right, so we've got that on there now. I think we'll do a Q&A Facebook one day. That might be nice for a change, eh? What do you think? Where you can just ask me questions. Clean ones, obviously. Right. So we're going to do a little bit of inking on this one to make it different to the original card. I'm just going to move that out of the way. And we're going to use Shaded Lilac and Dusty Concord. Put that back where it belongs. So because we've got a couple of different shades of lilacs and purples going on here, yeah, it means we can use a couple of different shades of the Distress Oxides. So I'm just going to lightly go around the edges, and I'm going to do my normal thing, which is where I just pat around the edge, look. So instead of doing the circling, I'm doing my patting again, and all I'm doing is just trying to frame the words. Dusty Concord is my all-time favourite purple colour from the Distress Oxides, but it's a funny shade in oxide. It's actually a different colour than it is in the original distress inks. It's a little bit pinkier, so I find I end up using it more and more as a two-tone colour. Right, so we've got the shaded lilac on, and we'll just do a little bit. That's obviously the wrong sponge, but hey ho. Do you see what I mean? Look, it's a little bit pinkier than it is purple. Benita, if you're burning the card, hi Bob, hope you're alright, darling. Benita, if you're burning the card, you're just going too close together, too close to it. I mean, so you know, like I do it like this. If you might just need to tilt the angle so you can see how close you are, and then it gives you an idea of how near you are. So we're just going to do a little bit of the Dusty Concord. So the colour still ties in with the purples and lilacs that we're using on this card. Just gives it another little bit of texture. Look at that. I think that's one of mine. I can't blame anybody else for that. So we've got a little bit of Dusty Concord going on there. And what we're going to do now is the flowers that you've probably spotted in the corner. These are the sweetheart flowers. Yeah, I've done the different two on the card just to show you a different way to use them. So I'm going to use the stamps from the coordinating stamp set. Oops, wrong set. So all of the the flower dies have a coordinating stamp set. I have done some new. Hi Sue. I have done some new flowers already, but I'm going to save them maybe till later on in the year. There's too many things I'm trying to bring to you all at once. So I'm going to choose the smaller ones because I've only got a small area there. We're just going to use the smallest of the flowers. My circle block. And we're just going to stamp in shaded lilac. And I love doing this because we've used these flowers on the card. Yeah. Because we've used the same shape flower die on the card. It means we can now coordinate it with the flower stamps. So I'm doing the opposite corners to the flowers on the card. That'll do nicely. I will clean that in a bit. And I'm not going to colour them in, I'm just going to leave that like that, look. So I've got little tints of the petals. Yeah, you're right, Margaret. Yeah, I did. Wow, that's ages ago. Yeah. So we've just got a little tint of the flowers going on there. And what I'm going to do now is go and get my water brush because I can't believe I haven't got one in front of me. And we're just going to draw some colour into that. So just bear with me a sec. It's not a million miles away. Here we go. So which one? Does it really matter which one? Yeah, medium one. Yeah, that's my small one. So all I'm going to do is pick a bit of the colour and just draw that in. Oh, sorry, I've gone quiet. I always go quiet when I'm colouring, you know that. I'm just doing the outer one, the corner flower. I'm not doing the other two. It's coming together. Put that out of the way. So now we've filled that one in, look. So it now looks like we've used two different flower stamps, but we haven't. I'm just softening my edges. Smoothers are washable. They are, but you know I don't wash them. I keep mine until they fall apart and then just throw them in the bin and get new ones. But that's because I can go into the shop and just take them. I shouldn't do, but obviously I do. Yeah. Right, so the cards coming together nicely. Let's just show you where we're at. So we're going to start sticking these layers together because we've got a bit more stamping to do. I'll show you the plum cardstock in a second because it looks lovely against the lilac. Did you clear my card details out from it? They don't keep them, Margaret. They don't keep card details. That's lovely. Apart from mine, obviously. That's one gone. That was my bin because I've emptied it. And that's somebody on a motorbike. Because he wants everybody to hear his exhaust, like anybody cares. Right, so here we go. You can see I've already done the dots and dashes on the card base. Told you they would be indispensable now. Crumble. Yours crumble, Jean. Hi, Caroline. You're talking about your smoothies? Yeah, they do. I think after they've been washed, I think they start to degrade after they've been in the wash. Right. So we've got a white card base, the plum cardstock with the dot and dash going around it. They're all straight. This one's going on straight, or as straight as I can get it looking from above. Yeah, that's fine. And then the paper is also going on foam tape, but we're going to KT it and do it skewy. I love this card. In fact, you know, if I'd got time, I would probably make it in a couple of different other colours. That's one of the advantages of having the paper packs when you've got so many different lovely colours in it. If you find a card style you like, you can just keep doing it in different colours. Poor Trudy, I think I've scared her off. I'm not a slave driver, honest. That way looks up to me. So this one is going on. Oh, hang on, I'm just going to sneeze. Hang on. Here I am. No. Oh. There we go. That's Twinkling embossing powders for you. I just want those. It would look lovely in autumn colours. So you imagine this card made with the Nebula and Aurora papers where you've got the rich deep colours. So on the original card, look, the paper is actually skew-if, and I'm going to do the same again on this one. So I'm just making sure that A, it's central, and B, there we go, this side here, this gap here is the same as this gap here, and then I know it's even. And then the verse is also going on. Thank you. That's also going on foam tape because you know I've got shares in the company. I am really. And I still can't get mine back in stock. So this one now is going in the opposite direction. Oh wow, Doreen, is your eye okay? On the wonk, as Julia says. She does, Chrissy, but if I tried to say on the wonk on telly, I'd end up saying something else. So I'm going the opposite direction with this one. So still the same process, look. So although it's on the wonk, same distance there as it is there, same distance there as it is there. Oh, it's coming together lovely. Coming together, look. We call that slutty on the... Oh, I don't know how to say that. Wonky. Right, so that's where we're at with those. I'm going to stop there. And we've got another couple of little sentiments to emboss. So before I forget, let me just show you, because you know the digital images on the website that show you the colours of the cardstock. You can't actually get a really good show and done, please. Sounds awesome, yeah. You can't really get a good digital image of colours. So this is the deep plum look, and then when you put it with the lavender, turn that around so you get the other side of the light. It looks awesome with the lavender card. Yeah, on the original card, the ticket tape sentiments that I've popped in there, these are actually stamped in Versamark and embossed on the lavender cardstock in white. We're going to do it in plum on here, just to show you a different way, of using them. So I find myself using this set all the time. We all like it wonky. We all like it wonky. Precision on the wong, absolutely, Caroline. If I'm doing it wonky, it's still got to be precision. So I find myself using this set such a lot. Yeah, I just love that you can do so many different things with it. So we're going to do Love Is, and what did I have on the other one? Love Is Forever. So let's have Love Is. Love Is Friendship. Yeah, Love Is Friendship. Let's have that on this one. It just means you can add another little style, little tabs and little tags onto your cards that aren't necessarily your main sentiment, but they are little extras. So I'm being naughty. I'm going to stamp two of them at the same time. I am going to anti-static this corner because I want to keep the stitching detail from these stamps. And don't copy me when I do this. It's just quicker. So let's just push that down for a minute. You can see I'm working. You have, Lozzie, well spotted. I will show you when we get to it. This is called Rebecca. Are you asking about the? Ticket tape? It's the Adorations. Adorations. Yeah. It also means you can use it with your relative. You can use the whole set together. And now we're going to use some white embossing powder on this one. Just make sure there's no purple left in that, because this is my new white. If I find it, pure white. You can already see how good they're going to be, can't you? You won't be disappointed with them. You won't be disappointed with them. Oh, you're flying to TJ. TJ, my ticket. Oh wow, that was quick then, TJ. 3 weeks. 3 weeks, or is it a month? Right. So again, I'm going to do this one from underneath them. That, Heather. Oops, we were just talking about the difference between Versamark and Perfect Medium. and I'm now on to Versamark being my favourite. A, because it's a bigger pad, and B, because it's juicier. So I'm trying to answer all your questions. Let me just show you. Where are we? So this row is my super fine. So super fine. And without going into too much detail, these are finer than the ones I used in a previous live. I can't. Do you know what, Bev? If I turn them upside down like Leonie said, it's going to go in the lid, and it'll end up being messy. So in the super fines, you have copper, black, silver, gold, white, and clear. I'm not going to show you them all, but they are really fine. So I'm going from underneath again, because I want this to be smooth. Come on. There you go, you can just see it melting now. Fabulous. And I ain't got my big scissors, hang on. I've just ordered myself another unit for my craft room at home. They're all full. I need one just for new products. Right, so I'm just literally going to cut this out with my big scissors. Oh, Chrissy, yeah. Make myself some labels. I'll be there forever. Can you imagine how long it would take me to stamp all labels for all my tubs with the stamps? Look how different that looks though. So using a coloured cardstock with white embossing powder, we've got that lovely plum colour showing through the word and through the stitching. It's lovely. Oops. It's a good job that one's being tucked underneath. There we go. So before I start assembling the card, I need to show you the flowers. So we've used the Sweetheart flowers with the dies. Yeah, you've already seen me use the stamps. So if you've not seen me do this before, you've got the dies, and then you have the matching stamps, which is what we used to stamp on the corner. And one of the things when I was designing the dies and the stamps was I wanted you to be able to create lots of different shaped flowers from one set. So these are the same flowers, but I've just shaped them differently. So it looks like a completely different flower. These look almost circular, yeah. Just in two parts, yeah. I should turn it around to show you. But it looks completely different to those which are just curled back. Now, a lady in our Facebook group the other day asked me if I'd done a tutorial on flowers. But you know what? I use them so often on my cards, you've only got to look back at the videos to see how many different ways I've shaped them. So I've saved this one just to show the lady, and I'm so sorry I can't remember your name. I'll remember it as soon as I see it in the group, to show you how I did it. So I've saved the biggest one just because it's the easiest one. So the white gel pens somebody was asking me about earlier. I've used these loads now. You know that if you watch me every week. So I've started to favour the bold ones. So this is the biggest of the nibs. I think it's a 10. Yeah. This is the one that I seem to be using all the time. So you get 3 different widths, but this is my favourite. And I'm just going to do some little scribbly circles. I'm not even trying to make them neat. It's almost folk arty. And I'm only doing the outside because that's the only part you're going to see. And then I'm going to show you how I shaped these. Just adding these little details, it changes the whole look. There we go. I mean, it looks completely different. It looks like a different flower. So I'm just going to let that dry for a second and show you how I shaped them. So when I did the originals, look, yeah, you can see I've just shaped them with my bone folder going that way. But with these I'm going to do exactly the same thing, but I'm going to do them upside down. And a little tip I've found, oh, I've got so many of these different bone folders. You got the Romantique, didn't I? Remember, Lee. The next set you need to get then is a Sweetheart, yeah, because the Sweetheart ones work really well with the Romantique when you mix and match them. So I've got loads and loads of different bone folders, and I found that this one with the round end is one that I use the most. I tend to not use the pointy bit, which is bizarre. I tend to use the round bit, so I'm going to shape these the opposite way to how I did the others. So you just turn the flower upside down, hold it at the weakest point, which is there, because that is the weakest area, and then just, I don't know how to show you this any easier. So all I'm doing, look, is I'm just dragging the bone folder across with my thumb, yeah, and that's curling the petal up. Does that show you? Yeah. So what we end up with is a little flat bit and then the curly up bit. So let me just do the rest. I do these in my sleep. So we've now created a completely different look just by changing the way the petal is. I know I could. Do you know what I might do? If I did a flower session though, it'd only be half an hour because there's only so much I can show you. No, it wouldn't. Who am I kidding? When would I ever do a session making flowers that's just half an hour? Really? That's alright, Susan, you'll be able to catch up. So this one is the big one, so the paper is going on top. So I'm going to use my glue, bit of glue in the middle. And Benita, you're going to love this comment that's coming next. Yeah, I get lots of emails from people saying how do I keep them hard all the time. I know, 30 minutes. And what they're talking about is the flowers. So you know when you'll all know this problem, when you have shaped flowers like I've got. Now you know I never post a card anyway, I'm rubbish. Yeah, I'm rubbish at sending cards. But when I have shaped flowers, if you put that in an envelope, it's going to flatten inevitably. So obviously I would have that in a box. But these do keep the shape really, really well. And the biggest tip I can give you on flowers keeping the shape is to use a wet glue. So if you, like I've just done here, and to put them on your card with a wet glue, because the wet glue dries hard. Yeah, I know, sorry Jennifer. So the wet glue dries hard, which then keeps the card hard as well. It does make a massive difference on the quality of paper and card that you use. Yeah, next week a flower session. What am I doing? Not next week, I'm on telly next Saturday. I've got 11 o'clock next Saturday. And Julia's on tomorrow night, by the way. Yeah, Julia's on tomorrow night at 7 p.m. With the magazine box kit, so she's going to show number 3. She's going to give you her take on that. They've nearly all gone right now. Is everybody else's connection just freezing up, or is it just Margaret's? Right, so stamping mat from my previous live, absolutely essential. The 9x9 one is one that you see me all the time using to shape my flowers. I've just had loads of things pop up on my screen. Let me just get rid of it. Yeah. So flowers together and then just circle in the middle. Yeah. And then that will now keep its shape. going to pop a silver pearl in this. I'm not sure whether these, I'm sorry everybody, I'm not sure whether we've got any stock left of these. These were from the Christmas shows, I think, but I don't know whether we've got any left. So these are the silver something, and then there's some gold ones as well. If we've got any, they'll be on the website. And that's going in the middle, just with a bit of glue. And I'll just put that there to dry. So I'll put that flower on last because I still need to tweak it. So let's start the assembly of this card. Let me get a drink first. I wonder if it's because I'm moving too quick that your connections keep dropping. I don't know. Could be the weather because it's really windy here as well. Moira, you're very late. So Julie is on tomorrow night at 7 o'clock with the magazine box kit number 3. I'm on next Saturday at 11 for 1 hour. It's not new stuff, but it's a bargain hour. Yeah. So I mean, none of my products are old, are they? Because I only went on my own last March. But what I'm trying to do now is clear a little bit of space. So you're going to get some serious bargains next week. Serious bargains. Right, so let's start putting this together. So these are all my little flowers all ready, look. I just need to flatten that one out a little bit more. There we go. Because that one's for that corner. That one's for this corner. Look, I've just shaped it and then I've squashed it. So that's actually for this corner. So let's get this put together. So tip. Is it me moving too quick, Anne? Yeah, it could just be the weather. So glue on my mat. I'm laughing at your comments. And then we'll pick the flowers up and pop them in place. Like that. So just make sure I've got this right. That's that one. That's that one. That's that. Sorry everybody, you know I've got to have them right. That's it. You'll notice as well I always have the bigger ones at the bottom. And that's just to keep it balanced, I guess. Right, so now the leaves need to go on. So leafy fronds, you know I love this one. I'm just going to shape that up. So I always put the leaves on before I put the last flower on. And that's so that I can tuck. That's so that I can tuck this one away. Oh, and I know I can hear you in my ear. I've not drawn the names for the last 3 weeks. It's shocking. I must do it tonight. Somebody remind me in the group tonight to choose the winners for the last 3 weeks cards, and I'll do this one at the same time. Coming soon is all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying. I'm very naughty showing you things that you can't get yet. Sorry everybody. Okay. So this is why I took the leaves underneath the flowers, so I can cover up the gubbins with the flower. Come on, get in place. Nearly done. Glue. An hour and 5. That's not bad, is it? Mind you, we're not quite finished yet. So remember, just hold the flower down for a second with the wet glue, just till it grabs. I think I've got that one hanging off the edge of something. I know what you're talking about, Jennifer. They're on the way. Right, so we've now got the I mean, it's pretty before I even put the extras on. I've not even glittered anything yet. Yeah. So this is why I love these stamps. So that's a lovely card in its own right. But we're going to just tuck that on here. And this is why I love the Adoration set. So we can have love is, if you were sending this to, I don't know, to a female relative. What's happened to my camera? Why has it gone small? Oh, there you go. You can change this to love is the best mum, or whatever. You can completely personalise these. So I'm just going to put a bit of foam tape on the back of these. The ticket tape stamps have sold out. Well, obviously they sold out 3 times or whatever on Hochanda. But we've restocked twice, and I've got to restock again. Now I always say I'm never going to restock on stamps, so if you haven't got the ticket tape, this is probably going to be the last time I restock them. I know that you're going to use them all the time, but I've only got so much space in the shop. So I'm just going to tuck this underneath here, look. So it's inconspicuous. Let's just tuck that underneath. Sorry if you get my hair in your face. Love is friendship. Okay. Oops. Clean the glue up. So this is where we're at. I've only got to glitter now, so I've almost finished. Yeah. So remember when we talk about glitters, and I tell you that the two you must have that are absolutely essential are the Diamond Dazzle and the Crystal Aurora. And just in case nobody's ever heard me say this before, the Diamond Dazzle is the clear one. So Diamond Dazzle, do you know what, Lee? My shop in Nottingham is massive, and I've got an upstairs as well. But we were talking about this when we were stock taking yesterday, me and my sister. Every time I have a delivery now, it's all like 60 and 70 boxes. And because you know what I'm like, I have new stuff every month, and I order enough stock of new things, usually to last like 6 months, but they're just not lasting long enough anymore, and I can't order more, because if I order more, I'm going to have even less space at the shop. You just can't win. Anyway, so Diamond Dazzle is the one that I use with my blues, my greens, and colours that don't have Aurora colours in them. But because we've got purple and lilac on here, it means we can use the Crystal Aurora. Yeah, if I had time, which I haven't now, but if I had time, I would mix a little bit of Crystal Aurora with the Royal Purple, the Regal Purple Glitter Alchemy, just to do this, but I haven't got time now, so I'm just literally going to glitter the little blobs on here, and I'm not being neat because it won't matter. It'll just look pretty. I always glitter, so I get asked this question a lot as well about glittering the flowers and the petals and everything, and I always do my glittering at the end. And the reason I do that is years ago when I used to put the glitter on everything, like if I glittered the leaves and everything before I put them on the card, I found by the time I'd handled them I'd got more glitter on me than there was left on them. So I always do this as the very last thing on my project, and then I can just put it to one side to dry. Let's just have a little bit on here. There we go. So Leslie, I've just answered that question. So Leslie, in case you didn't hear me, I always glitter at the end. Always, because then I'm only putting glitter where it needs to be seen, and it doesn't go everywhere. This is why I have my big pots. I just find it easier. If I glitter before they go on, I lose half the glitter, and that just does my head in. Right, so somebody will win this one later tonight. I'm going to draw all the winners before I put my film on tonight. Yeah. For the last 3 weeks, I promise you I'll do it tonight. Somebody remind me in the group, because when I get a message in the group, it pings up on my phone, even though my phone's in a constant state of mute. Right, are you ready? My pajamas are covered in Crystal Aurora. And there we go. So I've not glittered the first one, but I have the one that I'm going to give away. Yeah? How about that? Let me bring that one so you can see the Crystal Aurora. I love those damask papers. Yeah. So, just so you know, I don't know whether you've noticed this. Come back. On the original card, which is the one on the left, can you see the lilac glitter inside the flowers? Yeah? That's actually the embossing powder. It's too pretty. I know I do, Benita, remind me. Hiya Rose, I hope you're feeling better, darling. I didn't know you were watching. Yeah, so I've used it. It's a bit elaborate to do that. It's a bit of a waste, but it's the exact same colour as the background then. So there you go. One on the left is the one I made this morning, believe it or not, and the one on the right is the one that I'm going to give away. So do you see what I mean about the birthday verses? They're not too small for a big card, and they're not too big for a big card. They're just perfect sizes. So pop on. I don't know what has 10% off. I know that Karen does the website for us, so whatever, some of the things I've used will have 10% off. I don't know what. I never look. You know, I go straight for a coffee after I've finished with you lot. Don't forget to choose winners before you film. Moira. No, you need to do it in the group. So do it. So the Crafting with Phil Martin. Oh, hang on a minute. Have I got that wrong? Crafting with Phil Martin and Sentimentally Yours group, for those of you that are not in it. Anyway. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed that. I've thoroughly enjoyed that because this is my comfort zone. Flowers and pretty cards are my comfort zone. I love that we can now do all the little extras. Completely personalise it. You imagine when you've got those damask papers, making that in blue colours as well. Absolutely stunning. I know Elaine, I know, darling. Now Elaine comes to my Thursday night workshop, so she knows I'm behaving when we're live. So that's me done, everybody. I will draw the winners tonight. Remind me in the group. Don't everybody remind me in the group. Just start a thread and say, Phil, choose the winners. Stay safe, everybody. Have a lovely week. Remember to watch Julia on Ho Chanda tomorrow night at 7. I'm on Ho Chanda next Saturday at 11. So we will either do the Facebook Live on Friday or Sunday. I imagine it's more likely to be Sunday than Friday because I'll be getting ready for Saturday. So thank you, everybody. You stay safe and take care. And I shall see you next week. Bye.